got it?
I'm ready, gentlemen. Yeah.
Are you ready?
This is exciting, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it is exciting. It's
been a long while. I've missed this. I really have missed this.
This is like episode 6 last, and I mean, I'll do the intro in a minute. But for those who are listening today, we're recording this like a month or so after recording episode 5, and episode 5 went out this week, so we're recording episode 6 after the rest and after it's out. So it's exciting. So shall I welcome everyone?
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah. Right. Welcome everyone to the Three Men and podcast. I meant to read a script, but I've got no idea what it says. But basically, there's 3 of us. There's myself, Matt, and Ricky, and we have a topic. I've got that topic today that I'm going to launch, and that's where we're going to go. And today's topic is, before the topic, we'd just like to thank all of you who have listened in the past weeks. Ricky sent a message at 10 o'clock last night saying, make sure you do this. And, so I'd just like to thank everyone who's subscribed, who's followed, who's commented, who's trolled, who's left a review. And if you haven't done any of those yet, apart from the trolling, that is, please feel free to subscribe, review. We love you, we honour you, we worship you. And today we are discussing kids. We're going to be discussing children. You've got 3 white middle-aged men discussing kids. Women, what do they know about this malarkey? It's going to come from a position of Matt and his modern blended family. It's going to come from a position of Ricky, soon to be a father, and me, who's got a slightly more stereotypical, well, cliched is probably the correct word in 2021, 2.4. Isn't it? 2.4. Is it 2.4 if I've got 3? I don't know.
Well, I guarantee one of them will be a 0.4.
Oh, okay.
Not to denigrate your kids, but I've got a 0.4 in my household who is just a few sandwiches short of a picnic.
Oh, I don't even know what 2.4 means as the average thing. I just remember the TV programme 2.4 Children.
2.4 children was the average number of children, wasn't it? It was like a stereotypical. If you took everybody in the country and then divided how many children they've got, it would come out at 2.4. I think that's what it was.
Oh. So I was today's years old, Matt, when I learned that. I thought it meant like 2 adults and 2 children is what 2.4 meant, but you can never work out how 2.4 equaled 2 plus 2.
No, the national average of how many children you have was 2.4 children.
In what year was that then? Is that current then? Is that current, Matt?
I don't think that's current now. Oh, I mean, China will be 1, won't it?
Do I need to Google this while we're working?
We can do, but you're the resident Google expert.
Maybe after lockdown, it's probably more, isn't it? Because we've had more time on our hands. And I should make this clear as well, as Alan said, like it's been a month since episode 5. I have not purposely decided to have a baby just so we could have some content for this episode. It did happen prior to us organising this, just so everybody thinks that.
Don't lie to the listeners, Ricky.
All right, yeah, we secretly did it just for episode 6.
For the last 4 weeks, Alan and I have been sending you messages. Have you done it yet?
Yeah.
Have you done it yet?
Yeah.
Have you done it yet?
Yeah. Danielle's been sending me apps on her phone saying, right, it's time, let's go. So, yeah.
And now we've got the perfect material just for the podcast. Go on, Ricky. Alan.
Right, so the average number of children, I think, has risen from 0.4 to 0.6. So I genuinely didn't know this. So I think 2.4 refers to, strictly speaking, Bill and Ben only had Dave and Jenny but Dad. I think it means 2 adults and 0.4 children is the thing, but it's gone up to 0.6. I still don't really understand, and I've got Google 29th of April 2021. The average number of children per household in the UK 2019-20 by decile. Households among all the decile groups had an average of 0.4 to 0.6 children per household. Surely that's 0.5 then, if it's between 0.4 and 0.6. I don't know. Anyone know?
Well, yeah.
So 2.6 children anyway. But
2.6.
But, so just to finish my point, I do have a 0.6 of a child because he is just wired differently. and that's one thing that we've got to make clear. I love my children to pieces. I love all of my children equally. I don't have a favourite.
Much.
And if they are listening and it's the year 2030, Matt loves you. Yes, Matt does love you.
I love you.
Yes.
So do you have a favourite, Matt, then? Is that what you're saying?
Of course. Don't you have a favourite?
No, I love all my 3 children.
You liar.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, I do. So, do you know what? I mean, I've said this before. I literally overthink everything. I am one of those people who go, by the time you've asked them something, they've spent 3 weeks thinking about it, right? So I am in that group. No, I have put long, hard thoughts into whether I have a favourite child. And I don't. You might have one that's having a bit more focus at that point or something. But I literally think about whether I have a favourite child, and I don't have a favourite child. I love all of them equally. Because whatever one's giving me at this moment, then another one will give me, or I give them, or whichever way round you want to take it. So, no, I find it interesting. I don't have any questions prepped, but I thought I would lead in with a bit of a question today. And I thought look, Matt, I don't want us to pick on Ricky, right? But there's going to be a natural element of banter in this one. So I thought we should lead in with, Ricky, tell us what your thoughts on being a dad. Give us the Hollywood. What are you thinking? And what I've got some explosions. Oh, you won't be able to hear. Can you hear? Oh, you can't hear the explosions, can you?
I think you've got to. Have you shared your sound? Have you shared your sound?
We can put this.
But I have got. We can put this in post. I have
posted it. Oh yeah, we can do that.
Oh,
yeah, that's good.
So I've got a bell prepped for the quiz today. So yes,
love that. All right, well, I'm guessing I'm very excited. As some people will know, we should have been married by now. We should have got married last year, and the plan was to have kids this year. And I don't know if the listeners will know, but there was a global pandemic last year. It was a pretty big thing if you didn't know. But the plan was, well, we would have had kids, and we thought, well, it's locked down, so why don't we try now? And I'm quite excited. I'm obviously quite nervous and scared because it's that point of growing up now. As I am such a young man at 32, I am quite excited. I'm very nervous. I think because it's my first child, I don't know how many, maybe I'll have 2.4, who knows? But I'm very excited to see what it's going to look like. But I've received lots of words and comments, especially from Matt and Alan, saying about, I remember distinctly, Alan was saying a couple of weeks ago, Ricky, you think you're tired? You've seen nothing yet. It was kind of like that. That's what I take back from it. So, yeah.
Pre-recording today, you were talking about getting enough sleep and everything else, and I just smile. I mean, I don't mean this in a Mickey-taking negative way. I mean this in a reality way, right? It's not going to happen. I was talking to someone about this at the weekend when we had our first. Okay, Emily was induced and all of this malarkey. Emily Trooper, hats off to the women. You're amazing and all that other stuff we have to say, right? What was my point?
We don't have to say it.
No, I know. I did it for effect, Matt. I was waiting for one of you to pick up.
I know. I could see that you're delaying your next sentence just because you wanted a little bit of banter back. So no, I'm chipping in. I'll do it.
Yes, yeah. Because hold on. Side story to my interrupting side story. I met Matt recently, for those who know. So for those who are new to the podcast or following the podcast, we've never met in person until Matt and I met last Thursday at an event. So Matt and I have now met, and Matt said, Ricky, between you and me, Matt said that he likes to sometimes stay a bit quiet in these podcasts to see where they go. Exactly, Ricky. So we need to bring him up. I think he's hiding stuff, or he's got stories he doesn't want to bring out.
I just like being the quiet one who sits in the corner and then chips in within the grass grows between the cracks. I just like
that was an amazing quote. That was amazing.
I just like dropping the bombs.
Well, you can probably guess who out of the three has the most dialogue when I'm editing the audio. You can probably guess who has the most.
No, we're all in different places.
Yes,
I'm pointing at Alan.
Yeah. And then
are you suggesting I like the sound of my own voice? I have no idea.
You're the front man.
Not at
You're
all.
The front man.
Not a man that says I'm Alan Braithwaite on this t-shirt.
Well, I've now got a t-shirt that says I'm Dwayne Johnson, which is a joke from someone else. So I've been wearing that. Yeah. I referred to my love of The Rock, and I like to think I'm The Rock deep down on a LinkedIn post. So and my guns aren't that big. Well, they're not even vaguely big.
Oh, thank you for saying they're big. They're not that big as well, yeah.
Well, I'm going to be honest. For those who listen to the podcast, Ricky is currently showing off his guns and his shirt's not moving. That's all I'm not going to suggest there's no guns, but the shirt is not moving.
The only part it's moving is here. This is how tubby I've become. Look. Oh, see, that's not good, is it? Yeah.
No. And what you don't know, Ricky, is that I'm wearing a t-shirt back to front.
Oh, yes. Brilliant.
It is on back to front, and people who are watching on the podcast and not listening, I'm not going to tell you the reason why. Anyway, should we go back to your side story on your side
Right,
story?
I'll do my side story, and then Ricky can carry on. So,
Yeah.
the tiredness thing. This is true, right? This is not banter. This is a true story. So Emily, my amazing wife, business partner, all the rest of it, she gave birth to our first child, Lydia Rose, nearly 8 years ago now, and had to be induced. And this labour and this induction turned into like 21 plus hours long. Lydia Rose was born. Sometime around 3:30 in the morning. I've got it written down somewhere so I don't forget. We'd been going all day, all night type thing. And then obviously once she's born, Emily's doing all the amazing, fabulous things mums do. And I'm being a dad and like going, what do you want me to do, darling? And what do we do now stuff. My point being was at some point in that kind of labour and induction, I went, oh, it's okay if I'm up all night. I'll have an early night tonight. The reality is, Ricky, it took 7 years for me to get that sleep back. 7 years,
7
all right?
years.
So
Wow.
but that's based on the fact we have more children and everything else. So if you want some sleep, stop at one child.
Okay,
If you don't value your sleep, have some more children.
Well, we do consider to have 2 children because we've got a cat, Roy, and he is like a child. He comes in at 4 o'clock in the morning with a bird in the bedroom, which is just a bloody nightmare.
Good lad.
Yeah, so he keeps us awake. Yeah,
You are allowed to punch a cat, though. You're not allowed to punch a cat.
I don't think
the
you can punch a cat.
RSPCA. Matt did not make that was a joke from the RSPCA.
That was a joke.
Yes.
Yeah. Disclaimer.
Yeah, disclaimer. Yeah, I'm just now thinking about punching a child. That's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry.
No one said about punching a
no,
child,
that's true.
Ricky.
Sorry.
Matt's all about punching a cat.
Well, I consider
which is
my
bad
baby,
enough.
my cat as a child.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Punching children.
Yeah.
Hold on. So just to point out, no one gives you permission to have a child, and Ricky is now going online in public, talking about punching children. Danielle, if you're listening, just putting it out there.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the next line anyway. Yeah.
Can
Sorry,
I
Matt,
ask,
go on.
Can I ask a question? Would you let another human being throw up in your mouth?
What?
You know,
would you
episode 5 that we don't talk about anymore, with the old episode 5. Is this going down that path?
No, because one of the most horrific things that has ever happened to me has been holding my newborn baby above my head. Doing this,
right. Yeah.
and then allowing that human being to throw up in my own face and on my own mouth. I'm just wondering if you would let another human being. So it was a shoe-in. Alan's like proper confused now.
No, I was confused. I was like, oh my goodness, where is this episode going? But Matt, like a master, you brought it back on track.
Yeah.
You will also find at some point in your life, or over the next 10 years, you'll also find like stuff on your hands which shouldn't be there. So you'll have completely changed the nappy. You'll have wrapped it all up in a bag and then put it in the bin. And then lo and behold, you'll go to drink a sip of tea and it'll be on your fingers. I'm just saying that.
Oh, the punamis.
We were bathing our newborn Lydia Rose once, and probably a couple of months old or something. And we undressed her, put her in the bath, and someone was at the door. So I went down and answered the door, and they'd come to meet Lydia Rose, our first child, and they were like, "Oh, is that poo on your t-shirt, Alan?" And I had a big skid mark down the middle of my t-shirt where I'd undressed her, held her towards me like facing Emily, and she'd put like a skid mark down my t-shirt. All these things happen, Ricky.
Oh, yeah. Well, my nephew, so I've just, congratulations to my brother and his wife. They've just had a little boy, who's my second nephew. My first nephew, when they first brought him home, it was at Christmas time. I picked him up and he shit in his nappy, and it went all over my arm. And I've got a terrible tolerance for this. I was like, I even think about it now, it just makes me gag. So I'm very scared of that, and I've seen and I've been told about the different colours of punamis and all sorts of things. So that's the thing that's going to make me go. And I like to, consider myself as quite a clean person. So that kind of thing just makes me go. But I think I'll get over it, I'm sure. But that's the thing I'm not looking forward to.
Honestly, the things that you will do. So one of my I don't think it's famous, but one of my favourite things to do is when your children will at some point have a cold and their noses will just become one long stream down
for
their
days.
So one of the things that I did, and this is a hack for any fathers out there, is I never carry tissues because that's what women do. Is use the inside of your pocket. So you pull your So you pull your pocket out like this, and then you go, and then you get their noses. I'm away from the mic, but you get their noses and just go and then put it back in your pocket.
Ooh.
The only problem with that is you forget, and then you put your hand in your
phone in
pocket.
there or something.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like next time you get it out, your hand. I mean, you talk about women having tissues. I carry. Was that just Bants, or did you actually mean that? Because
It was Bants.
All right, I carry a handkerchief. I'm like, not many people I know carry a handkerchief, and I get like abuse for this. But I've carried a handkerchief since I was a child. I have one now. Hold on. Oh, I thought it was a Union Jack one. It's just a blue one.
No way.
Do you know what, Alan?
What?
Sorry, I was going to say, I have a thing. I think this is because my dad used to have a handkerchief. I can't stand it for some reason when people blow their nose with handkerchief. It just, or just in general, I just don't like it. Yeah,
What,
it just throws me off. I'm not a big fan of it.
42. Surely I'm allowed some of
No,
these
of course
things.
you can. Of course you are. But I can't. I just don't dare do it in public because I can't get the treasure out. So I'll have to go to the toilet to make sure it's completely clean. I don't dare do it. I just got this fear about blowing my nose in public, which makes me even scared because I'm going to have a baby that's going to shit themselves in public, isn't it? So what am I going to do? You know?
Yeah. Anything you can do, and this is what I think we touched on a previous episode, is that we don't know what we're doing. As parents, you're thrust into that situation. I mean, Alan was talking about Emily giving birth, and I've obviously had 3 children as well. This thing happens to mothers. It's sort of just, they are ordained with the gift to go, my baby is hungry, my baby needs sleep. Fathers, we're just like, what's happening now? We're like, you know, I have this image of meerkats, you know, when they just look around going, what the fudge is happening now?
You know what?
Yeah.
Go on.
No, you're right. And I like to take things back to caveman world, right? So if you think about this in a caveman situation, right? We're cavemen, alpha males, obviously, right? With our kind of, with a club and some animal kind of skin, like loincloth on. And we go, oh, there's a woman, you know, I need to, what's it called?
It's not like Boris Johnson there.
Yeah. It's like pub singing. You know, I need to procreate. I need to create another human to continue. You know, it's my job as a caveman. And you go in and you do your thing with this lady, and obviously it's consensual. And you go, let's do it because a caveman. I don't know, whatever. It's dangerous ground that. So you've got a club and everything else. So you do it and you move on. And like you fast forward this to 2021, and we don't have clubs, and we wine and we dine and we create relationships and we all do all these things. But fundamentally, this caveman instinct, for all the wrong reasons, is still within us. And you know, in our relationships, we think, yes, I'm continuing the bloodline. I'm continuing this because that's what we need to do. And then, all of a sudden, actually, you have to deal with the aftermath that I don't think you had to deal with when you were a caveman. And I don't think we've evolved to actually be able to deal with this as human. We don't have the emotional intelligence to be able to deal with it. And all of a sudden, you have to deal with, what you have to go through with the lady, because you have to support her and love her, rather than just banging her on the head with a club and walking away. And then you have to deal with things like the afterbirth coming
Metaphorically,
always metaphor. And then you have to deal with I think the correct terminology is any trauma, mentally or physically, that may come from that birth, as well as actually dealing with the child, you know, taking your care and involvement in that. Whereas before you'd have clubbed her on the head, done what you need to do, and gone off and wrestled a woolly mammoth, you know. It's very, very different in 2021. And I don't think mentally we have truly evolved to deal with that. And that could be daunting, Ricky, just putting it out there, mate.
Yeah, I totally respect women, but I think I was very... That's like setting something up, isn't it? Yeah. So what I was going to say was that I think I was very ignorant at school when we did sex education, because all the things that I've learned in the last 3 or 4 months, I went, oh, right. Oh, that's why then. Oh, right. Okay. I think I was just ignorant at school, but I completely respect everything that Danielle is going through. Like, oh my God, what an amazing miracle it is. You know, firstly, that's a wonderful thing. We're at the stage now, it's like 22 weeks, so they're slightly kicking. So she goes, oh, it's moving. So I jump over and I feel nothing, you know. But it's really exciting, but I just, wow, what an amazing miracle it is, and what people go through and what women go through. So, yeah. Hats off to you, my ladies.
Oh God, you're such a player, aren't you? Hats off, ladies. No, they are amazing. They are amazing. They do go through a lot. You know,
I think if we had just one child, Ricky, then we would be like, hats off, ladies. We've subjected ourselves to this on numerous occasions.
Always choice.
Ricky, you're right.
Hold on.
listen, while he's laughing, I'm going to take the mickey some more. But look, he's going, oh, hats off, ladies. Aren't you fantastic? You know, oh, what, you're not going to get a medal, Ricky.
By the time you've hit your third child, you'll be like, yeah, it's moving. Brilliant. Right.
Well done.
Well, by my third child, will I be saying hats on, my ladies, instead of hats off? Bloody hell. I swallowed to it there. It was terrible.
Right.
Wow.
I thought as well, when I say I thought, I haven't planned this, I literally just thought it. I don't want us to talk about newborns all the time, right? I want us to talk about when we were kids. I've got a quiz to play, which is a fantastic quiz, which, hey, get this quiz I submitted to Chris Moyles when he was on Radio 1 via text message once, and I don't think they read my text message, but technically I still submitted it to Chris Moyles. So I've brought this game back from some point in the late 90s, early 2000s.
So can we officially claim that this was a quiz that appeared on Radio 1?
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
So this quiz appeared on Radio 1 on a screen somewhere as a million texts shot past. But yes, it was on radio. It was in the BBC buildings being considered by the Radio 1 staff. Can we embellish that? But
just use the words, it appeared on Radio 1.
It appeared. This quiz appeared. I even printed it off. That's how it started. And I got a bell ready for it, right?
Brilliant.
But what I'd like is, so did you do antenatal classes, Matt, with any of your children? Just kind of, I don't know, because you
4 bits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not post. Yeah.
Do you not think antenatal sounds like it should be after?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know.
Isn't it called prenatal? Is it prenatal and antenatal?
We're just showing how stupid we really are here, I think.
Hats off, my ladies.
I did do...
Hats off, my ladies, yes. I take everything back. Hats off, my ladies.
Again, for the first child, yes. Everything else, because none of what you learn, breathe. Like you, Alan, my first child, Will, the labour went on for well over 24 hours, and Rhea gave birth to Will, half on a hospital trolley and half on an ambulance trolley, so spread between 2 trolleys, because they're in the process of transferring her to a different hospital so she could give birth, because it was going on that long. And then Will just decided, and what was the most incredible moment, one of the most incredible moments of my life, because I've had 3 children, was that I was the first to hold Will, and when he and this is something that you don't get in the manuals, but when baby first comes out, the baby's
it's not
actually...
a Haynes car manual, is it? Throwback.
I need that one. I need that one for kids.
Yeah.
But
Sorry,
Will was actually like a bluey colour, because they haven't had all the oxygen in. And when he took his first breath, like you see just the colour go into like the baby, like Will's body, and it was just like the most incredible thing. And it was so fitting because it was the first child. The other 2 have been born by C-section, but it was just this first moment of like. And then you see the colour go into the skin, and then the eyes open, and then it's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's literally...
My life's ruined. No.
Yeah. Do you know...
No, my ladies.
No, it's not ruined. It's just like...
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Because then... And I'll tell you what it is, and it leads nicely on to what you were saying, Alan. You want to become the best father that you can be. And that expectation is the thing that dawns on you. Not that you have to look after them, not that you have to change all the nappies, not that you have to provide. It's that I want to be the best father I can be to my child, and you're afraid of making a mistake from day one, and continually afraid of making mistakes. I had this conversation with Tina the other day that, are we doing all right? Are we tick in the box.
There's no annual review, is there? There's no PDR. There's nothing on this.
KPIs, yeah.
So it's not the sudden realization that you've got to provide for them and do all of that stuff. It is the moment of truth that actually you now have to become a role model, and I think that's when people say you become a man when you have a child. I think it's because of that realization that suddenly, God, now somebody has to look up to me.
And
time to put the club away and stop clubbing those ladies, isn't it?
Hats off, my lady.
Right, anyway, sorry. So before we move on to the quiz, what I wanted to do was finish on a high note. And Matt, this is something that Ricky will not learn in antenatal classes. but is actually gonna happen the second that child comes out, or sometime, that one thing, Matt, that they did not teach us, and they will not teach Ricky. Well, I don't know, it might have updated in the past 7 years. Hopefully they've updated their content. Learning lesson for everyone, update your content. So Matt, one nugget to pass on to Ricky, whether it's do this, Ricky, or Ricky, they never told me about this, and serious or funny as you want. Do you have that one thing?
I have two things, if that's all right. The first, I'll say the first one, but and this might be a sensitive subject for some people. So but when you have your first child, you will forever be checking the cot. You will forever be checking for the first 6 to 10 days. You'll just be sat there like this, just making sure that the baby's okay. By baby 3, and this brings me on to my second point, children bounce, right? They are so resilient. They are so, like when they're climbing rocks or they're down the beach and they're throwing stones and you think that's going to hit somebody, children bounce. And actually they are more capable of dealing with all the knocks and the bruises and things. I broke my arm as a child. I've got a scar on my head where I fell into a toilet. I ran into a toilet.
It's not affected you at all, Matt, has it, mate?
No, but so the two things.
He just wears t-shirts backwards. Yeah, now.
Firstly, you're gonna panic and worry for the first 2 weeks at least, and everything is going to seem like a massive, massive drain on all of your emotions. The second thing is it gets better because children just bounce. You realise that. So those are my two things that you'll never get. Somebody will never say to you in an antenatal class, children bounce.
Yeah.
No, they won't. It is so true, isn't it? It's like the whole be careful of the neck. At some point, some nurse was yanking the kid out with forceps around its head and it's doing fine. But all of a sudden you're like, be careful of the head, be careful of the head. Right. So I've decided I'm going to go down the slightly humorous route, but finish on a positive kind of one. I have to also say, look, kids are amazing. It's ridiculously special. Yes, my old life is gone, dead and over, but the new life is pretty cool, right? So I want to make sure that comes across, and Matt agreed. Ricky, they will not prepare you for the placenta when it comes out, right? They will not prepare you for this. Oh my goodness, when that one comes out for the first time, it's unbelievable, okay? So stand by for that. The second one is, can we publicly talk about what sex your first child is?
Yeah, it's out there. It's a little girl.
So it's going to be a little girl. Nothing will prepare you for when, as a very young newborn child, you may need to clear poo from a part of that little girl that you're not prepared to clear poo from, right? Yes. So, and I'm not talking about the bottom, I'm talking about the other part, right? It's not cool. It's not cool, right? But you have to do these things. And the third thing is, it's a bit similar to Matt's, right? It's this kind of, can I do this? Can I do this? The one thing I learned at antenatal class that has really stuck with me is, if you can't go to prison for it, like you can't punch a kid, then you're kind of okay, right? So as you're wondering whether you can do something, the question you should go is this the sort of thing that will get me in trouble? If the answer is no, then it's probably okay to do. And I'm trying to deliver that in a positive way, not in a kind of sinister way.
So, for example, so I was playing football, and I was playing football in the garden with the kids, and this is going to go down the wrong route, I'm sure, but. So I have, thankfully, let me just clear this up. I've never, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I've never had a little girl. So I've just got all boys. I'm literally Henry VIII. So all boys, and I've got 3 boys, and they all love football. So we're in the garden playing football. Now the youngest, who's 5, always gets knocked off the ball, always gets barged. So as a dad, you need to show them that there's a hierarchical system, exactly as you would with a silverback going in. So I give a little nudge, little shoulder barge. Unbeknownst to me, when a child is on one foot trying to play with the football, they are completely and utterly off balance and they will go flying if you just small shoulder barge. However, you can do that. You are allowed to shoulder barge your own children.
Perhaps the caveman's still in some of us than others, Matt.
Get out of the way.
Where's my club?
Well, before you do the quiz, Alan, the placenta thing, Danielle has been sending me photos on Instagram because there are pages that show that kind of stuff. But she doesn't tell me it's coming. I just get a notification from Danielle. Danielle sent you a story, and I look and go, oh my God, what? So I'm scared to death. Yeah. But yeah, thank you for that, for those lovely, kind.
Can I ask, is
tips.
Danielle,
Thank you. Yeah.
is Danielle prepared? Who is more prepared, you or Danielle?
You know what? I think Danielle. I don't know. We were pretty good. I'm really looking forward to this. Sounds terrible, but I don't know if we.
It's really difficult when you've got to tread the.
Yeah, I'm treading
line.
a fine line here. But I said to Danielle and I said to my parents, I'm looking forward to seeing Danielle into a vulnerable position. But let me expand on that first. Hang on.
Oh God, Ricky, hats off, my ladies.
All of our relationship, Danielle has seen me in vulnerable positions. She has seen me shit myself. She has seen me have appendicitis in Mexico when you're kind of going through that honeymoon stage of still knowing each other, so you don't let wind out and that kind of thing. And I majorly had appendicitis and nearly shit myself. It was terrible. She's seen me through the worst, and I've never, ever seen her at a terrible place. She's always been like a princess sort of thing. Beautiful, perfect. I've not even heard of Trump. Never. So for me, like that position when I'm going to see
and you're
her
getting
giving
married.
birth, yeah, I know, yeah. But when when she's giving birth, it's going to be like, wow, that's going to be an interesting first time I've ever going to see her in a vulnerable position. So yeah,
I've got a story about Emily and our third child that I don't know if I'm brave enough. Even though we have talked about it in public, I don't know if I'm brave.
If you want it to be edited out of the podcast, don't say it.
Yes.
I might save it. What I might do, I might clarify that Emily's okay telling me this story. But it's not about her, it's about the situation. No, I won't. I'll save it for another day.
Yeah. The whole rule on the podcast for the listeners is that we never edit anything.
Yes.
Right, come on, quiz.
Yes, go for it.
Boom. This quiz, as seen on Radio 1, it's called Species or Feces. Are they a hit or am I talking complete shit? Right, so what we've got is I'm going to give you some Latin words, okay? And you need to tell me, are they a species or are they feces?
This is
Were
going to
they
be
a hit?
amazing for the YouTube.
Because, right.
Because when it comes to editing this for the YouTube channel, when you come up with species or feces, I'm literally just going to flash up species or a picture of a poo.
Yeah, and more importantly, I just swore on the podcast for the first time, which I'm not actually happy about.
Alan, you've broken the cardinal rule.
I even spent time trying to come up with other words for poop that rhymed and fitted my really bad jingle that I would not be able to repeat. But basically, the rules of the game are, I'm going to give 6 each, right? 6 each. I'm not going to bother going to 10 because we've never gone that far before. So I just stopped at 6 because I was getting bored last night. I'm going to give you a Latin word, okay? And you need to tell me whether it's a species or feces. Were they a hit or are they a hit? Are they alive? Or am I talking complete poop, right? Because I don't want to swear again. But not only that, guys, there's a prize. There's a prize. Ooh. Would you like to guess what the prize is?
It's not your feces, is it?
No, I am going to send the winner of today's quiz an I'm Alan Braithwaite t-shirt in the post.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So I thought about sending you both one, and I went, no. This is not about inclusion. This is about segregation. So I thought I would choose a winner, or you can choose the winner, and the winner gets an I'm Alan Braithwaite t-shirt.
I have been wanting one of these for months. Yes.
I'm gonna.
Coming to a merch store soon on yellowtuxedo.co.uk. Right.
Are you able to give us the spellings as we... Hang on, I'm just getting my keyboard.
What, so you can... No. Look, spellings, I can probably give you the spellings. Pronunciation's going to be another game. You know, my Latin or Italian or any romantic language is not very good. Who wants to go first?
I went first on the... I'll go first.
Go on, Matt.
Right, Matt's going first. Hold on, let me draw a line. I'm trying to decide if I'm just going to go down my 12. I am going to go down my 12. So Matt's first.
But say you prepped this last night, Alan. Yeah. Am I right?
Correct.
So by number 12, you've given up. So they're probably going to be easier.
Good logic.
No, because the source of my information for my Radio 1 featured game didn't allow me to give up. It was a case of, can I be bothered to still type these things into Google? So the quality is there all the way through. I couldn't decide whether to go to 20 and have 10 each, and I just stopped at 12 because I think the highest score we've got in anything else is about 4 or 5. And I have a kid-related tiebreaker if needed. Brilliant. So, I'm fully prepared. I'm a Boy Scout. The Boy Scout motto is be prepared. Today, I am prepared. Shall I ding the bell at the start of every question, or if you get it right?
Yes, and you must say when I commence the bell. Hashtag when I commence the bell.
Okay.
So when you start the question, you're going to ding it.
Yeah. So just for effect, there's no benefit. It's just then I ding the bell 12 times.
And then what I'll do in post is if I get the question right or Ricky gets the question right, I'll just put in an explosion sound.
Yep. That's cool, because I prepped the explosions, but I haven't shared my audio, so they're not working. Because that's possibly why my game didn't get featured on Radio 1, because I hadn't factored in sharing the audio. Right. Or they didn't read my text. Okay, question 1 on the bell for Matt King, who I've met in person. Pongo pygmaeus. Pongo pig. Oh, it's probably pygmaeus, actually. Is it a species or is it feces? Were they a hit? Am I talking complete poop?
I'm going to go with species.
Correct, Matthew. It's an orangutan. Ooh. Right. Next up, we've got Lycaon pictus. Lycaon pictus. Is it a species or am I talking feces? Radio 1 featured game.
Is this Ricky now?
No, it's you. Sorry,
it's
we're
me.
going. Oh, we can do you want to alternate? No, we can't alternate. We can't alternate because I've gone down the list. Right, okay. So Matt, Lycaon pictus.
But if you've got a list, it doesn't mean that you can't alternate, surely.
Okay, we can alternate.
No, I'm quite happy to go down that way. Let's.
Well, then Ricky knows whether. Do you want to alternate? Production meeting live. Radio 1 would have settled for this, They would have said.
I'll just answer it. I'll just answer it. The Lycaon. What is it?
Lycaon pictus. I think that's how they said it in Latin.
That is feces.
You are wrong, Matthew. It's a species. It's an African wild dog. Okay, are you ready for number 3, Matthew?
Yes.
Number 3. Olfaces de Casio. Olfaces de Casio. Casio. I should have lined up Google to pronounce these for me, shouldn't I?
Feces.
It is feces. It means you smell of cheese. You smell of cheese, that one meant. Obviously, I took this as an opportunity to put some light-hearted bants in on the answer. Why did Chris Moyles not pick my game up? I think this is brilliant.
This is good, yes.
Obviously, I'm saying this. Are you ready, Matt? Okay, number 4. Pondus autumn super mathe pulsandi.
What? Can you repeat that?
Pondus autumn super mathe pulsandi. We need Yanni Lunga on here. He'd be able to tell us these, I reckon. Yanni Lunga, Friendly Girl in Tuxedo, The Digital Circus Live, 28th of May. Right. So, Matt, Pondus autumn super...
Wasn't it
28th of May?
18th of May.
Oh, 18th of May it was on. Yeah. We're going to launch in next year's this month.
Right.
If anyone's interested.
Nice.
So, Pondus autumn super mathe pulsandi. Is it a species or is it a feces?
I'm going to go with species.
Wrong, Matt. It means Matt is punching above his weight.
Oh, I see what you did there.
See what I did
nice.
there?
Nice.
So you got that wrong. And do we believe you're punching above your weight, Matt? What does your beautiful other half think about this?
I'm making zero comment on this because it will either get me into trouble either way.
I think we
Well,
all
the thing
are.
is, it's kind of a win-win situation, isn't it? Because if you're punching above your weight, fair play. And if you're not punching above your weight, fair play, So you're bringing her up to your level if you're not. So
That's That's from
hats off, my ladies.
from her perspective. I'm clearly punching.
Fair enough. Right. MK Melts, was that on Instagram, everyone?
It is,
Okay.
yes.
Number 5.
Not based in
Thunus
Philippines.
Finus. Thunus Finus.
Donus Thinus. That is
Thunus
feces.
No, it's a species. It's a bluefin tuna. Okay, you're only on 2 so far, so you need this to get at least 50% and possibly be in for a winning for the I'm Alan Braithwaite yellow t-shirt. So number 6, Matt, the final question in the first round of Species of Feces. Are they a hit or am I talking complete shit? Right, swore for the second time. Still not happy about this. Okay. Regale Valebe. Regale Valebe.
That sounds quite like a positive word.
Okay. Regardless,
Still sounds positive. You just said it in a funny voice. I'm going to go with... There's no rhyme or reason to this. It's a 50-50 choice. So I'm going to just say... feces.
Well done, Matthew. It is a feces. Would you like to know what it means in English?
Yes.
Okay, it means, and this is important, this is the Braithwaite, my family motto that I am pushing on in to try and against Emily's wishes, and it means adventure regardless. I decided I wanted a family motto about 2 months ago, so came up with adventure regardless. And Emily doesn't like the way it sounds, although she's okay with the kind of sentiment. And a friend suggested putting it into Latin, so it's regardless valebe. And it is a hashtag out there if you want to search on it. So adventure regardless. Well done, Matt.
Very well done, Matt. Matt, is that actually a species then? That last one?
No, feces.
Feces.
Matt said feces.
Oh, sorry, it is. Of course it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Complete
I
shit.
mean, it's not a tricky game, Ricky, just to be honest. So.
Well done, Matt. Well done. Pow.
I don't know of any species called adventure regardless.
No, that's pretty good, that.
Yeah. Right, Matt, you got 3. Okay, Ricky, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Species of feces, are they a hit or am I talking poop with Ricky Locke? He's a magician and everything else public speaker. Sorry, I meant to say nowadays. Right, first up we've got Rincoden typus. Rincoden typus.
Feces.
No, it's a whale shark. Sorry, Matt, what were you about to say?
Did you know that one?
I thought that was Ricky Locke in Latin.
Oh.
I didn't plan that far ahead. That's actually quite good. I should have
quite
done that.
Yeah.
I might even try and Google that in a moment just to kind of finish the game.
What would
That could be the tiebreaker.
Ricaeus Locus?
Yes. Okay. Quia placentam imponito adissistit.
That sounds like an amazing phrase, and I can't wait to hear what this is. But I'm going to say that's species.
What? No, Ricky, it's feces.
Is it? Oh.
Yes, Ricky, you're wrong. I think you knew what you wanted to say,
Yeah, I
but
think
said
so.
the wrong thing.
Can I go
I
back
mean, it's
in
only
time?
50-50. No, you can't go back to the answer.
God, what is that phrase?
It means stand by for the placenta.
I would have
right.
got... Come on, Ricky.
Okay,
It had the word placentum in it.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Right.
There we go.
Ricky, do you
Okay.
understand the rules of the game?
No, not quite.
I just have to say, look, for those who are watching or listening, Ricky did give blood this morning, so I'm wondering,
yes,
did you have a pint of water afterwards and a sugary drink or snack?
I had a hot chocolate, so
Yeah, that's all right, I think.
yeah.
From Greg's.
Advertising Greg's there. Greg's. We love Greg's. Who loves Greg's? We all love Greg's.
Greg's are the...
Other
Greg's
restaurants
are-
are available as well. Yeah.
No,
they're
no,
not.
Greg's.
No, they're
is the
not.
only one
Greg's
available.
Greg's is
our
brilliant.
favourite.
This isn't
and Greg's in
literally
Bourne.
the BBC.
Yeah,
we don't
Greg's in
have to say
Bourne, Lincolnshire, is the best.
that. Right, you're driving by, you just see a Greg's, you're going to stop for something. What are you having?
Chicken bake.
Chicken bake, okay.
Yeah.
Chicken bake.
I'd probably go for just a plain old breakfast turnover thing.
Oh, quite what, like cheese and bacon
Yeah,
turnover?
cheese and bacon turnover.
Oh yeah.
I like them. I like them.
All my
I'm
tummy's
I'm
rumbling
a cheese and baked bean guy. Cheese and baked bean guy, or a sausage roll. Actually.
If anyone from Greg's wants to get in touch with us, we'd
Yeah,
quite happily
please.
allow our podcast to be sponsored by Greg's.
Yeah,
Of
we
course,
would. We've
yes,
had
we would.
250 views. This is going global, so
Yes.
please feel. Right. Okay. On Greg. Sorry. Question 3. Carcharodon Carcarius.
Say that again.
Don't make me say. Yeah, all right. Thanks, Ricky. Carcharodon, Chardonnay, Carcharodon, Carchalius. If I do the like that with my fingers, does it actually sound more Latin?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
It sounded Chinese to me.
Feces.
Don't bring cultural appropriation into
No,
this
I know,
podcast,
I
Matt.
know.
You know, let's just
Let's stay clear of racism.
Feces.
feces. No, Ricky, it's a great white shark.
He has to get the last 3
Oh
completely
my
correct.
god, this is going to be
So,
tense.
Ricky, just to confirm, right? Matt
Yeah.
asked this, and then we went off onto a Greg's one. Do you understand the rules of the game?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. If you think I'm telling you an animal, what do you say?
Species.
Right. And if you think I've made it up and it's quite a long-winded one, what do you
Feces.
say?
Feces.
Right. Okay. Just
Yeah.
you do understand.
Well, that
the
was
rules,
quite a
that's
long
good.
one. That was a very long one, so I thought feces, yeah.
Hats off, my ladies. Right. Right. Are you ready for this one, Ricky?
I'm
And
ready,
it's not
Alan. Okay.
It's not hats off, my ladies, because you've
I'm in
only
the game.
given us that beautiful goal today. This is from
Okay.
last night.
I'm in the
Literally,
Let's go.
just so you know, one of the shorts for YouTube will be literally every time Alan says hats off, my ladies, I'm just going to chop them all up. So it'll go hats off, my ladies, hats off, my ladies, hats off, my ladies, hats off, my ladies.
What, you're going to do
Hats off,
shorts
ladies.
for YouTube, Matt? I need an explosion. I need an explosion on it. Right.
Right, come on,
Bow
Alan, I'm ready. Come on.
Inquit Turbo Selector. A bow Inquit Turbo Selector.
It's feces.
Well done,
Hooray!
Ricky. And it means the crowd says bow selector is
Got
what
it,
it
got
means.
it. Like that.
Alright.
That was good. I thought it was something Craig David there. Yeah.
Okay,
Alright.
there's
Ooh,
only 2
pressure's
left
on.
to go. You
still
need
pull this back.
100%, right?
I want that
to be able
t-shirt.
to get to the minimum is we're getting to the tiebreaker today. You can't actually win, but you can get to the tiebreaker. Okay, question 5, question 11 overall. Species or feces, as featured on Radio 1, Ursus maritimus.
Species.
Ursus, species. What do you think it is? You were very clear then. Now you understand the rules.
See ya.
I think it's something to do with the sea, yeah.
It is, but interestingly, not directly. It's a polar bear.
Ooh, okay.
It's a polar bear. I'd just like to say, if anyone can speak Latin, Google gave me these answers. So if anything's wrong, well, A, the quizmaster can never be wrong. Everyone knows that. Quiz person, 2021, sorry. The quiz person can never be wrong. And B, they came from Google. So question 12.
Question number 12.
Tie. Yes, Matt, what are you saying?
Just pause here now because I'm going to insert tense music. Ricky needs to get this one correct in order to at least go to the tiebreaker. Insert tense music now. Okay. You didn't have to pause like for dramatic effect. But I'm just going to enter some tense music now because this is you're playing for it now, Ricky.
Okay.
The pressure is on.
I'm going to do like a nervous hum. Hum. Is that just an annoying hum like kids do when they repeat things 1,000 times? Right, question 12.
1,000 times.
Color flavor solos. Color flavor solos.
Well, that's kind of like a medium size, isn't it? Say it again, please. One more time, please, Quizmaster.
Color flavor solos.
One more time, please.
Language, potty mouth. You can't swear like that in front of your kids, by the way. A color flavor solos.
You can.
I don't actually. I'm a non-swearer.
One more time, please, Alan.
Oh my goodness! Don't be Google. Don't be like having Google Translate
He's-
open on your
I'm
phone.
building for tension. Come on.
No,
One
I
more
think
time.
you're cheating.
No, I'm
You
not-
think
no,
you're building
no,
potential,
seriously,
right?
go for it,
Okay,
go for
keep
it.
your hands up. Hands up in the air. Color flavor solos. Color flavor solos. Color a flavor. Yanni Lunga, come on, mate.
Okay.
We need you. Color flavor solos.
I'm going to say solace. I'm thinking of like something to do with sun here, so I'm just going to say it's something to do with species.
I was going to say it's Here Comes the Sun.
Can I
Because of you
just,
and
if
media.
anyone's listening, Emily's just printed something out on the printer, and you can now hear the printer. Can you hear that?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
I
I'll
can.
shut up
Yeah,
then.
it's ticking.
Right.
Yeah.
I think species.
I think it's feces and it's Here Comes the Sun.
I think Matt is right, Ricky is wrong, but only Ricky's answer counts. So we only got 2 out of 3. And your thought process. Matt is
Well
the
done,
winner. Species or feces, or are they a hit? Or am I talking complete shit? Matt King is the winner. Matt King will be getting an I'm Alan Braithwaite pow 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 t-shirt in the post.
Love it. Congratulations, Matt. Fantastic.
Well done, Matt. Well done. I was too busy kind of trying to like bring some bounce, and I forgot to celebrate your win, Matt. So well done.
That's
mate.
right.
That's awesome.
I'm over the moon.
That was tense. That was. I was really gutted there. Really good. I really want a t-shirt.
Now you
Well,
make me
who
feel
knows?
bad.
I might send 2 out.
Okay,
I mean,
thank
I'm
you.
not going to, but I might. So, right, do you want to know what it means?
I did have a photo of you guys here. It's been here the whole time. You know, there's a bit of influence there.
I mean, if this was a Hollywood film, we would think that's slightly stalkerish, but just so you know. But I mean, I love it.
It was only for the You Are the Media, just as a little bit of fun. I didn't realise I'd be on the big screen that big, and I don't know if you saw it, but it was from Matt and Alan, in the audience.
You're the Media. And Mark Masters, all fans of Mark Masters, great work You're the Media
Legend.
doing in pioneering the hybrid event. Right. Color flavor solos means yellow is the only colour. Yellow is the only colour. Why didn't I do yellow tuxedo? That would have been better, actually, wouldn't it? So Solos. But interestingly, Ricky,
Solos
you
is
went
yellow, isn't it?
Solos sun. I'm going to say it's an animal. Just want to point that out there.
Yeah,
by the way.
I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't work it out. Yeah, it was difficult. I don't know Latin, so that's my excuse. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know Latin. Matt, do you know? You must be fluent then, Matt, if you want to.
Matt must be an expert in this. Yeah.
No. So, do you want to know the tiebreaker question anyway?
Yeah,
Let's go for it. Yeah.
Okay. Even though there is no tiebreaker because Matt King won. Right, the tiebreaker is... You're just a natural born winner, Matt. Natural born winner. Podcasters, he's doing that kind of slicking his eyebrow thing. The question is, to the nearest 10 grams, what is the average weight of a placenta at term?
Oh dear.
I wanted to bring it back to kids.
Oh my god! To the nearest gram, you said, didn't
10
you?
grams.
No, to nearest 10
grams.
grams. All right, nearest 50 grams. Nearest 50 grams.
I have got no idea. No idea, but I'm going to make a guess.
Do you want a clue?
Can I let Matt go first, and then I'll base mine?
No,
on
because then
Matt's
you could
answer?
just go. If you think I've gone too high, we
Look,
should
did
write
you
our
do-
answers down. We should
Yeah,
write. Our
okay, yeah, I'll write it down. Okay.
To the nearest 50 grams. So give me
Can I get a clue?
number with like zeros or 50s, on it. So a heart, whatever.
Can I get a
Whatever I'm
clue
gonna
at
say.
all?
Yeah, they come out of the just after the child.
Grams. I don't want to look like an idiot now if this is completely wrong. So,
Mate, look.
Okay,
You're a man. You're good
gonna look
ladies.
like an
Gonna
idiot
give
now,
birth.
yes,
Trust
we're
us.
lucky.
We're just going to look like idiots.
to the nearest
Ricky, I've
grams,
never weighed one, so I'm in the same boat as you.
You've not made a milkshake out of it, or like frozen it and sliced it up, like some people do.
Interestingly, no, but we do have breast milk frozen still in the freezer.
For those cheeky moments.
Did you say we're going to the nearest?
Sorry, I've
50
just
grams,
realised
isn't
this
it?
is 52 minutes long. We need to wrap up after
Yeah.
this with
Okay.
takeaways. Right, so answer this and then we go straight to takeaways.
Oh shit! No, I'm going higher.
This is
I'm going higher.
educational as well, Ricky. 'Cause
Yeah. Okay, I'm going for it. I have no idea, but bother it. We're going for it. I have my post-it note. It is here.
I have mine.
Okay.
Go on then, reveal them, team.
I put 250 grams.
I put 750 grams.
Oh, I've got to work this out now. Hold on, 250, 750. Right, the answer's 470 grams. Can
Ricky
anyone
wins.
work out who... Ricky wins. Okay, 'cause
Yes!
you're like 300 away.
Do I get an Alan Braithwaite t-shirt?
No, mate.
Cheers.
We'll save it for series 2. Yeah, but I've got to make him special. I can't just give them out to all and sundry. I mean, granted, you're not all and sundry. You know, you're a close
Thank you.
personal. What do we say, friend? I was trying to
so,
think of a better
yeah.
word. You know, so. Right.
Yeah, well,
Can I just say, we should say thank you to Dojo1205, Ant at Lightbox, Crudsley, Chad Elvis. Nod to you there. I know.
great guy.
Ricky Locke.
Chat Shadows.
Who else have we got on the? Who else have we got? Mrs. Robinson 123.
Thank you,
All
Laura.
of these people have left reviews on our podcast on Apple Podcasts. I don't know. I don't use Spotify, so I don't know if you can leave podcast reviews and 5 stars and all that type of stuff.
Not on Spotify, but you can on Podchaser. So if you've got Podchaser, you can leave a review.
But if you look at our stats, I don't think anybody listens on Podchaser, do they?
Do we? I mean, thank you so much, everyone, for these reviews.
Yeah.
Do we want to announce whether we're doing a series 2? I mean, we've not discussed it, or do we think that would be too long a conversation and we'll save it for OnlyFans if it's never happened?
I don't think it will be a long conversation.
Okay. What about hands up in 3 seconds if you want to do series 2, so YouTube will know before podcasters do. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I was going to hold on. Yeah. Series 2 coming to your ears and eyes soon. Blah, blah.
Joy FM coming in your ears.
Please, if you've got any ideas for the topics that you want us to talk about, then drop it to us on our socials. We'd love to hear what you want us to have a little natter about and give our opinions on.
And I think we should get that little app thing where people can leave like a voice message and we can play it on the podcast episode. Have you ever seen those?
I 100% agree. Have you seen those things where, exactly like that, like you can record the podcast live with the app running so people can actually post questions as you're doing it, but it's not like a live stream. I don't quite know. I saw Zach and Jay, big fans of Zach and Jay on YouTube, how they do that. Right, come on, let's do some takeaways, because we always said we didn't want to go over sort of 45 minutes, an hour, and we are pushing an hour, and we wanted to make it slightly easier for our listeners and watchers to enjoy. So, any takeaways? Takeaways on kids, takeaways on recording your first series of a podcast. Yeah, let's just hear some wrap-up takeaways.
We could do a bonus episode, couldn't we? We could do a bonus episode of the wrap-up of the season. Like a recap.
Season wrap-up.
Anyway, yes. Matt, go on, Matt. First.
I just want to say that it's been a pleasure. I've loved every second of recording these podcasts. I should sound more It's been an absolute blast with you guys. I'm so stoked. That's such an American word. I'm so stoked to have been involved in such a fun, exciting podcast. Ricky, I can't wait for you to... maybe we should do the second season. How long is Danielle got left? I don't know how to phrase it any other way.
She's due in November. During November, yeah.
November, yeah.
I'm sure we can see you guys before then, because next week's Freedom Day, isn't it? Freedom!
It is.
I don't know. I don't follow it. What's that mean?
19th of July. You'll have to go to the pub.
The lift-off, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I can come see you.
Podcast takeaway for the children's episode is just... I don't know.
All right, well, I've got one. I've got one. If you want me to just...
Go on.
Have you got one, Ricky?
Yeah.
Do you actually not have one, Matt, then? I interrupted you. I do that a lot, and I'm ever so sorry. Past 6 series, I'm sorry, everyone.
No, it was just going to be about just letting your children do what they want and be children. That was it.
Yeah.
And you are still a child in your head, even though you don't realise it. So just join in with them.
Totally agree.
Sorry, I should have... in a normal podcast, that would have been edited to make it sound like I came up with a seamless takeaway. But that's my takeaway. We don't do normal podcasts.
Right, look, and I'm going to chip in before you, Ricky, because mine's the same as Matt. Like, I absolutely agree. Don't try... Oh, I just thought I'd pause the audio. I absolutely agree with Matt. It's, it's a truly magical thing. They are amazing. Get involved. And which episode was it where we came up with a thing about you spend your whole, kids you tell to stop taking risks, and then adults you want to start taking risks. So just remember that. I think it was episode 4 as well. That whole be careful, don't do that stuff. Think of a different way of kind of saying those things. That's my takeaway. Same as Matt's, really.
Love it. I think my takeaway is going to be like what you said, the confidence of winging it. I pretty much wing my life anyway, so that's quite nice that I can carry on with my child or my daughter, which sounds really crazy. I've got a daughter coming. That's really weird. But I'm very excited, but I'm glad that, there's no strategy for it. It's just winging it, getting on with it. So that's my takeaway. And takeaway for the season. I've absolutely loved this. As I said to you guys this morning, I was like, I miss you guys. It's been so long, hasn't it?
It's better when you meet somebody in person, I'll be honest with you, Ricky.
Oh, it was amazing, Matt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I feel we've got that extra special connection now, Matt.
We hugged. At some point, Alan tried to slip his hand into mine. It was amazing.
Magical.
It was a beautiful moment.
I love that.
I mean, we don't think
Well,
you're
you know
kind of
what?
different to us now, Ricky.
Stuff you
or
guys.
anything.
I won't give you my takeaway about the season now. Stuff. No, I genuinely have loved it, and editing. I cried with laughter listening back to all of these episodes. It's an absolute joy. So, and also, like you said, like we've never met each other. Well, you two have met each other, but I've not met you.
Yes, we have.
And it's been like a bit of a summer romance to me. It's like this is such a wonderful thing. So yeah, thank you very much, gentlemen. Hats off to me men. There you go. Hats off to me
Hats
boys.
off, my ladies. Summer Loving had me a blast, that's for certain. That's the second Grease reference I've used in 2 days, by the way, so because of Ricky's Summer of Fun. Should we finish? Right, so you know the drill, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Please do subscribe, leave 5 stars, share with your mates, get your children involved, apart from Ricky's potty mouth, his Hitler reference and his drug references, and do enjoy this. YouTube, subscribe, thumbs up, comment, share, and all of that. We love you all forever. Thank you so, so much, and we will see you on Series 2!
Are we stopping now?
Yeah.
When do you want to start?
Thanks,
Should we just
everyone.
run forever.
There it goes. Stopped. Jesus Christ, an hour.